So I'm going to talk a little bit more about milking in general. And one thing about this doe, which I've milked a lot of her out, but she has a beautiful rear udder. I mean, I know you're thinking if you're not a farmer, that's gross. But if you are a farmer and you like dairy goats, that's an awesome udder. A little uneven because I've milked more on this side. So anyway, not much for udder, and the way that it ties in is not exactly what you want. But anyway, so this doe is the most amazing doe in the world to milk. Number one, it's nice temperament, and she hangs out there and she's good while I do this. But, you know, if you consider my hands aren't small or big, average size hand, that it's a lot of strain on your hand. So teat size is so important in the way that the teat joins the udder. So, and not just all that, but how fast the milk comes out. You know, huge orifice, not so much so that if she gets over full it's going to leak, which is a mess, and mastitis risk, but, you know, you couldn't ask for better. So when you're looking at a doe kid, a buck kid, or a doe, consider teat size and teat placement. So you see me milk Sophie there and how fast and fluid and easy it is. I'll show you something alternate to that in a moment. Okay, so I just talked to you about Sophie's udder and ease of milking. Now this is Bianca. She is a first freshening son, and you can already see our issue. I mean, and this is not a bad teat size, but in comparison, certainly a more difficult teat size if you're hand milking. In placement, and also you'll find when I start to milk her in the size of the orifice and the milk coming out, and length and the way that her teat joins the udder, size of the stream. And this is not bad. This is just showing you something a little different. So I've shown you, to me, what is an ideal teat and teat placement, and small teats and maybe not the best placement. Okay, and so then there's Dutchie. And Dutchie had mastitis 2 years ago and lost the use of this other side of the udder. So, but really easy to milk for me. Smaller hands, it wouldn't be as easy. Really big orifice, so large stream of milk. Milk comes out fast with less work for your hand. And so now then we have even another teat size and placement. Better than Bianca's, and the way that her teat joins the udder makes her much easier to milk. There's a definitive place to hold your hand, and so for me, and orifice size is much better than Bianca, but she's a second freshener. As a first freshener, she was very difficult, and so that's common, and you can't really fault them for that. Easier to milk. I don't really have a lot of definition necessarily between the teat and the udder. It's not hard to milk, and I attribute it again to orifice size. I can't stress that enough. She takes longer to milk than Sophie, who produces almost as much, and that's all teat size. And Sophie's got slightly larger orifices. So there you've seen most every udder on the farm that's in milk. And hopefully you've learned a bit.